Good evening, sports fans. It is October 6, 2017. Alongside Brian McPhee and Paul Zarati, I'm Dan Pelchat. Matt Boyer on camera, and we welcome you out to the jungle in South Lyon. It is homecoming, and a pretty big matchup here tonight, Brian. Waterford Mott comes in 5-1, and they've got a plethora of weapons on the offensive side of the ball.
They sure do, and like I say, they're 5-1. They're on top of the LVC. The one loss came to Lakeland, who's actually 4-2. But, the big win for them was against Waterford or
Western. Yeah.
Western. Yep. I mean, that was I think surprised Western because it was at their house.
Right.
So we've got a ball game here tonight, and our kids have been playing better and better every week. So certainly don't count them out at all.
No, absolutely not.
The offense has been just on fire. Yeah. So looking for a good game here tonight.
Absolutely. Paul, it's, like we said, we've seen this before. Highly touted Waterford Mott team coming in, big-time players. Last time I think they were here, they had a kid that was committed to Louisville, and the Lions took care of business in a hard-fought second half. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like Brian said, it's going to be a hard-fought game, but the way we've been playing, if we could put together a half, kind of like that second half we had against Central, I think we got a chance. But like you said, these guys, they're coming in there a little bit hot. They got a quarterback that's a little bit similar to Central's quarterback. He can run the ball, but he can also throw it. And we didn't see too much of that last week. So watch out for number 7, and they got a receiver out there, number 22, a junior. He's a good player. On the defensive side of the ball, they're stingy. 93 points all year. They got a junior linebacker out there, great name, Luciano Padini. All right, so it's a good football name.
Yes,
but the South Lyon boys were ready, right? Like we talked about, we're getting better every week. It's going to be a great test for them.
I think so. Well, we've seen them, they've been hanging around, and heartbreak last week. The games aren't played on paper, boys, so buckle up. We'll be back here in about 13 minutes for the opening kickoff. It's homecoming, so we're in for a little bit of an extended version of the game tonight. I hope you guys have a great broadcast. I know you will, and I'll be moving down to the PA, and we'll see you in the postgame, all right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Great. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the jungle here tonight. You got Brian McPhee here on the play-by-play and Paul Zarati doing a color. We're getting ready to kick off this homecoming game. A little overcast and cloudy tonight, but we were looking for a great matchup here against Waterford Mott. There's Connor Harris with the kick, and it's down right there. Mitch Kamaris in on the tackle. Number 2, Camarel Manley on the return for Mott. Well, Paul, it's going to be a dicey game here weather-wise tonight.
Yeah, it's looking like about 9 o'clock or so. The rain's going to move in. It's already awfully damp and moist out there.
Well, we're playing in the cloud, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little haze out there.
We've got a little mix-up in our lineup here tonight. We've got 2 injuries with. We'll get the play going here in just a moment. It looks like offsides. Number 2 jumped for Waterford Mott. That's Mr. Manley again.
Yeah, Brian,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To your point, looking down there during the national anthem, I see too many crutches on the South Lyon sideline. You got Michael Dancer and Jack Schaefer both out for today's ball game.
Yep, and 2 key players that have contributed quite a bit to this defense this year. And Mott takes the ball out almost for a first down. We'll see where they mark that. And it'll be a first down.
Jake Newman moved over to a safety spot, was in on that tackle.
And Brendan Dancer came up from the JV to fill his brother's spot, number 3. Mott in the gun, they back to pass. And broken up by Will Kelly. Good defensive play there.
Yeah, really nice defense. He was in a good position as a perfectly thrown ball. Landed right in the receiver's hands, but Will was able to knock it away.
And Dave McCullum, the quarterback for Waterford Mott, looks like he's got a pretty good arm.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of film on him. He's not afraid to throw the ball, and he can run. So you got to keep him in front of you.
They line up, trips to the right. McCullum back to pass, and Mitch Camoris there to make the tackle. Number 22, Patrick Bicknell with the catch. You can hear our buddy Dan Pelchat handling the announcing here at the homecoming game in the jungle. That'll make it 3rd and 3. McCullum with one back to his left. And a quick pass out over for the first down, and he scrambles for a couple of more yards after the catch.
Will Kelly did a good job to get over there and help bring him down. So, Brian, it looks like they're doing short, quick passes. They got a little game plan here coming out. Quarterback not holding the ball for very long, getting rid of it.
Well, and I'm not sure if this is just their standard offense or they may be trying to take advantage of some new players in new positions. They're back to pass again. He rolls out to those left. McCullum takes it off, and he's down at the, call it the 37-yard line, just short of a first down. It'll make it 2nd and 4. So the defense getting tested early here. And that is a handoff up the middle, and we're right there with Bender on the play. Brett Bender making the tackle. Number 25 with the carry. He zigs and zags, and he's just taken down there by, I didn't quite get the number there. If that was Brendan Dancer getting his first tackle on the varsity team. Ball carrier was Colton Baranowski.
Looked like a little quick count there, Brian. Caught our guys maybe napping a little bit.
And Mott with an experienced team going no huddle. And McCullum takes off on his own, and he's in for the touchdown. Well, last week it was about adjustments that the defense made, and we're going to have to see if coaches are able to get them to adjust again this week. It's a high-powered offense we're looking at. And that kick is up and good. So it's 7-0 with 9:02 to go. All right, we're ready for the kickoff here. We got Ian Goins back deep, Jake Newman and Will Kelly at the next level. And the kick is deep back to Goins at the 2-3. Oh, and he gets tripped up right at the 20, probably landed at the 23.
Oh, he had a little seam there, Brian, and he got tripped up. Otherwise, a lot of green in front of him. All right, let's see what the Lions can dial up here, see if we can answer.
South Lyon will serve first and 10, number 23 on the line.
Fracassi brings him out in the gun. Handoff to, it looks like Will Kelly, and he gets just a couple yards. We'll see how that offensive line, they continue to grow and perform out there.
Second down and 9, goal line through the 24-yard line.
So 2nd and 9 for the Lions. Goins goes in motion. Handoff to Kelly again, and he's up the middle. And he got about 6-8 yards on that. We'll see if they give him the forward progress. It'll put it close to a first down. It's a good sign to see that kind of a yardage up the middle.
That was a nice run. It's good they put Ian in motion, kind of mix up the defense a little bit. And like you said, the offensive line did a good job opening up the hole.
Fracassi with one setback behind him. Goes again to Will Kelly. And he got the first down. We have Ronnie Menard coming into the game. He's back after a couple of weeks off from being injured. That's good to see.
Yeah, that is good to see that back. Ronnie's a big weapon for us out there, out at wide receiver. Good to see a lot of the alumni back tonight. A lot of the kids from last year that I recognize up in the stands enjoying the game.
Yeah, it looks like we got the starting offense down in front of us here.
I think so.
Gill goes in motion. He gets the ball and goes around in. He gets, and he fights for 5-6 yards almost. Well, he didn't give up after getting hit there, did he?
No, he didn't. Kept those legs chugging and picked up an extra 3-4 yards there.
Ryan Gill's just been a real asset to this team as a utility player, playing on both sides of the ball, blocking, running, tackling, doing it all.
He's a coach's dream, right? Wherever you put him, he's going to give you 100%.
Benlock split wide to the left. Haddock and Goins up top. And handoff to Will Kelly, and he's across. Spins for a nice spin move there, and he's still running down to the 40-yard, and he's knocked out of bounds. Crosses midfield and over to the 40. That was a great run by Will Kelly.
Absolutely. Will's looking a little inspired tonight. It looked like they had him down. He broke a tackle, and then he gave a spin move. Good hard running.
Lions come out in the spread. Will Kelly in the backfield. And a handoff to Will Kelly again, and he's met right there at the line of scrimmage. Nick Ryan for Waterford Mott made the tackle, number 17. And Percassi takes the play in from the sideline. They break the huddle. They got James Haddock down to the split left. And it's Kelly again, and he's met again behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple yards on that one. They were at the 42. It looks like they're going to mark it about the 44. So 2-yard loss. It'll make it 3rd and 12. 3rd and 13 on the clock there.
Definite passing situation here.
It trips to the left. Percassi rolls out. It's Ryan Gill there. He makes a nice dipsy-do move, and he gets the ball back down to about the, it looks like the 41-yard line.
It'd be an interesting decision here, Brian. What do you do? You're deep. 4th and
Well,
4th and 6.
Yep, 4th and 6. We've had some good success running the ball. That play right there worked decent.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice quick play to get that out there. Ryan made one defender miss and gave us a 3rd and manageable.
Nice to be on this side of the 50s, too. So
Yeah. They're going to go for
we'll see what they go for. You got Ian Goins in the backfield. Menard and Locke split out to the left. Haddock up top. Pitch goes to Goins. He gets across the 40, and he's going to be just short of that first down. Well, not a bad first possession for the Lions offensively. They moved the ball pretty well and then stalled out here in the end of the series.
Yeah, it was encouraging, Brian. Definitely moved the ball on the Corsairs here. Now the defense has got to step up and give us a stop.
Another pass down to, what a catch by number 4. Number 8, I'm sorry. Ashton Franklin went up to get that one. And McCullum threw a heck of a pass there.
Yeah, he did, and it was quick too for how deep the pass was. I mean, he didn't take much of a step backwards. He just, got the snap and fired it.
He's got that quick release that coaches like, and going with the no huddle. This is just a quick moving offense. He's back to pass again and throws it deep to number 3, and he got past the secondary. It's Tariq Hardy, the senior, catches that and goes in for the touchdown.
Maybe a little bit of a blown coverage there. He was pretty open down the field.
He was.
Number 21, Drew White on the extra point.
Cooper Martin kicking off for the Corsairs. He kicks it down deep to Ian Goins, who takes it at the 10. He sees a seam up the middle. Oh, and they're going to throw a penalty on that as he was dragged down by the jersey at the 48-yard line. What a run there by Ian Goins.
Yeah, that was nice. Had he not been horse collared there and brought down, I think he was gone. That horse collar rule is a little bit different. I think they change that every year. I thought it was always you had to reach inside the shoulder pads, but I think it's if you just drag them down from behind.
Yep, they've been a little more clear on that because that's where the danger is to the person being tackled, being brought in that back in that manner can hurt the neck and or head, and so it's all about safety these days. I heard someone say the other day, there's never been a safer time to play football than today. Well, great starting position for the Lions. That's about where they left the ball on their last series of plays. We'll see what they can do with it. We got Will Kelly in the backfield. Connor Fracassi, number 16 at quarterback, and Ryan Gill goes in motion. He pulls up, sets up a block, and Will Kelly is met there by a couple of players from Mott. 24 and 25 made the tackle. Jared Wheeler, 24, and Colton Baranowski, number 25.
I think ref came over to the sidelines there, gave a little talk to one of the coaches. I think there was a little extracurricular activity after that play, and I think Will might have got a little bit of a warning. No flag, but a little talking to.
And he did about the best thing is to just pull him out for a play and talk to him, let him cool down.
Yep.
The Lions come out in the spread. Trips right. Fracassi pass out to Gill. It looks like they made the catch there, and he's right at the sticks, if not over, for a first down. That was a great catch by Ryan Gill.
It was. He went up and got it. He knew he was going to get hit, but he still hung on. That was good delivery by Connor.
Yeah, Connor showing his arm there.
Stands are packed, Brian, even on a little rainy night.
Well, it is a full house with all the alumni, the students themselves out here, parents. The town has always been supportive of homecoming out here. And that was to Gill again. So Coach Greeno, the offensive coordinator, mixing it up here a little bit on this drive.
Yeah, that looked like a similar slant play, except from the other side.
Second down and 1 for the Lions.
Second and short.
Will Kelly back and the lone setback behind Fracassi. Kelly up the middle again, and he's met there by 3. Bryce Locke, one of the linebackers, 58 in on that tackle. On the end of the first quarter, the score here, Lions 0 and the Waterford Mott Corsairs 14.
But that's. Oh, is it? Yeah. Never mind. It should move.
Oh, and we're back at it there. Will Kelly with the carry, and it's going to be 4th down and 3 from the 19-yard line. And the Lions are going to go for it here. They break the huddle and come out at the start of the second quarter here. The Lions on the 19-yard line. They have 3 yards for a first down. Connor Fracassi in the backfield by himself, and he calls his own number, goes off tackle, and he's met by a host of Corsairs, but he may have got it. We'll see where they mark that ball. And nope, they did not get it. Percassi with a good effort there, but his turnover on downs for the Lions.
Did I break that down there?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And now I don't know.
All right. You're all right. I'll get it.
He's gonna mount it up.
What's the need to go outside?
Hopefully it's still working.
Can handoff up the middle. And that's a number 2, Carmel Manley, who, or 25, I'm sorry, on the carry. Colton Baranowski making a good run there. A lot of second effort on his own, getting the yardage. And it'll be first down again for Mott, putting the ball at the 31-yard line. McCullum throwing again out to number 3. He's hit there by Dancer, but he breaks away and he's down the sideline. And he finally gets knocked out by Will Kelly. It was Tariq Hardy. We have a flag. We'll see if that's coming back or not. They do have a host of weapons out here, don't they?
They do. Everywhere you look, there's somebody that can catch and run with that ball.
Oh, he dodged a bullet there.
And it's a little bit historical with Waterford lately, right? They've had a lot of athletes. They had Des Fitzpatrick down playing wide receiver for Louisville now. Had a great game Thursday night.
He's having a great season for them down there also. I know our kids kind of get a kick out of seeing someone they played against and beat.
Yeah, and beat twice. Of course, it always helps when you have a Heisman quarterback throwing you the ball.
It sure does. All right, it's first and long. McCullum back to throw. He throws deep. And it's going to be pass interference down there. Camaro Manley. I don't know if that looked like Brendan.
That was Ian Goins.
Oh, Ian Goins. I thought it might have been Brendan Dancer, but Ian Goins was back in the coverage. And
Yeah, that was a tough call. I mean, it was close. Ian was on him tight. I think the problem was he didn't turn around and see the ball. There was a little bit of contact there. So, of course, it was along the Waterford sidelines, too, so I'm sure he had a little help making that call.
well, and if it was holding, then it's just a penalty yardage-wise. And so we look out there, it's going to be not enough for a first down. A repeat first down again, but it'll be first and short. And they almost get to him, but that's Tariq Hardy running loose, and the host of Lions trying to chase him down.
Dancer.
And Brendan Dancer finally gets him. Well, this is a big play team, and the big plays have been hurting us this year, and we got to figure out a way to stop this.
Yeah, they had good pressure on the quarterback there. They set up that little screen pass very well, and then number 3's got some pretty good moves out there in the open field.
It's Baranowski off the end there, and he gets across for a first down.
Jake Newman over there on the tackle.
And good to see Jake come back. He had to wear a shield this week because of a nose injury he sustained last week. But it hasn't slowed him down. He's still just as aggressive out there. It's good to see.
Yeah, it is. He's having a tough year, though. He got some turf toe earlier. He had a bad ankle. Got cracked in the nose, like you said last week.
Back. Mott has the ball on the 14-yard line. McCullum is going to take off and run. He tucks to run on the sideline, and the Lions do a good job of hemming him in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good job,
Brian.
there.
Good pursuit there. Way to string them out. Wait for the troops to come and bring them down.
You can't hesitate on running backs like they have here tonight. McCollum throws into the corner to number 8. And what a catch. That is Ashton Franklin, big 6'4" wide receiver. And now just a size advantage that he had out there. Not much you can do against that.
Yeah, geez, Brian, that was a fantastic catch. Will had perfect coverage on him. I thought he was actually going to intercept it, and he just reached around and took it from him.
So they line up for the extra point. It's 21, Cooper Martin handling the kicking duties. And that ball is up. You got to wait for the refs to signal because you can't even see the top of the goalpost with this haze we have in here. Well, that's 21-0. Pretty darn quick here that Waterford Mott has gone up on our Lions. And Mott getting ready to kick off. And they kick it down into the... and it's down there by Will Kelly, who slips fielding it, but he did a good job of hanging on to that ball. Got to imagine that turf's a little wet out there with this haze.
Yeah, I definitely saw it there. Like you said, Will did a good job corralling it in. I think he had some ideas of getting out of there, but ended up on his bottom.
Well, we'll start on our own 26-yard line. We'll see what the Lions can do here. We got James Haddock split wide to the right. Will Kelly behind Fracassi. Hand off to Kelly. He gets off tackle just a couple yards there.
Will Kelly on the carry for South Lyon. Second base, number 17, Rick Ryan. Number 50.
Kelly's coming off a little slow. Quick pass over the middle to Ronnie Menard. He made a good catch hanging on to that and falling forward for a couple extra yards.
Houston 10 Lions at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, Brian, you said Will came off a little slow. I see him. He's laying on the ground there on the sidelines, being attended to.
Number 81, Brendan Locke got the carry for South Lyon.
Brendan Locke on the jet sweep over there. He got right back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if he got the wind knocked out of him or if he...
I see him feeding him water, maybe a little dehydration, a little cramping. I don't know.
Hey, I will. Woody, Blair, and I used to play football with a long time.
Lions come out with trips to the right. Goins a lone setback. Fracassi rolls out to that way. He throws down to Ronnie Menard. Oh, and he just misses it. Yeah, pretty good coverage there by Mott, number 4. Fields was had the coverage there, but we had a height advantage there, and Ronnie just couldn't hang on to that. Made a good effort.
Wasn't an easy catch, Brian, but Connor did a good job of keeping his eyes upfield as he was scrambling and got the ball out there where it was catchable, but like I said, not easy. I'd like to see him go a little bit vertical here, though, right?
Yeah, I think if you stretch the
Loosen 'em up.
field a little bit, it'll soften that middle or the ends, what have you. Same formation, trips to the right. We got timeout, South Lyon. We'll be right back after the timeout. So we got 3rd and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Lions. Let's see what they dial up here. Fracassi rolling out, and he just gets rid of it smartly before getting sacked.
Yeah, you're right, Brian. That was wise to get rid of that one because he had a deep drop.
South Lyon, 81, running hot. Deep return for Sailors, number 3, Tariq Arden.
So we're going to, Lions go into punting formation. It was Brendan Locke that handled the kicking duties on that. And it's number 3, Tariq Hardy on the return. Pretty good coverage there by the Lions on that. You hate to see those guys get in space. They close it up pretty quick.
Yeah, they did a good job there. You know, I mean, we've seen Tariq running the ball tonight, and he's good in open field, but the Lions held their ground.
Mott again with the no huddle. We'll call him number 7, and he's got that quick release and the slant, and I can't see the number, and number 22 was just wide open in that slot and got another 10, 15 yards on the run with it.
Yeah, that was a laser, Brian. Lions playing a little bit soft there, and the Corsairs taking advantage of it.
And they're not really getting any pressure on this guy either. I think we've seen a couple plays where they did get in there and he rolled out of trouble, but we'll see what they do here now. And number 1 on the carry, we don't have him on the roster, but he runs that jet sweep and is taken out after just a couple yard gain.
Mitchell Hanna, number 7, Mitch Morris at the stop for South Lyon. 8-4 on play.
So we have 5:23 left in the second quarter here. Corsairs on their 45. And they hand off up the middle again. And that looks like Baranowski, and he just took off up through there, leaving Lions in the dust. And he's in for a touchdown. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon out of that through that line.
He sure did. He looked like he was accelerating the whole way.
And their extra point is up and good, making it 28-0 here with 5:07 in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's the kind of play, Brian. I think you're really seeing where loss of Jack Schaefer hurts us up the middle.
Oh, yeah. You change up your safeties. You change up the middle there. And, no knock on the kids that are in their place. But, again, it's kind of like their first game. So the Lions are going to have to make some adjustments. They may need to take a look at what they did last game in the second half, because that really shut down Central. And they looked every bit as good as like this in the first half.
They
So
sure did.
Mott kicking off. They do that pooch kick down to Will Kelly. He has trouble handling it, and Ian Goins comes up and falls on it.
Well, Brian, plenty of time left. Have a good drive here and get something on the board and go into halftime on a positive note.
Well, yeah, I hate to say it, we've been in this position before, and we've made a good comeback offensively. So we'll see what they dial up here.
South Lyon will start first and 10 from the 20-yard line.
So the Lions starting off on the 20-yard line. With 5:04 to go in the second quarter. Got Locke and Menard out to the right. And handoff up the middle. And that's Ian Goins. And a first down. Nice 12-yard carry there by Ian Goins. A nice blocking there by the offensive line to open up that hole for him. The Lions come out with a split to the right, and Ian Goins again, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage.
Number 5, Ian Goins on the carry. Tackle being number 9, Kenny Meter. Number 24, Jared Wheeler. Gain of 1 on play, second and 9.
Goins again in the backfield. Haddock split out wide right. It rolls out, dumps it off to Ryan Gill, and Gill fights up to the 35.
Good job by Connor avoiding that pressure there and getting the ball out to Ryan for a little bit of a gain. You know, Mott's got that, looks like they're running a 4-3. They got 4 down linemen there, and they've been doing a good job both stopping the run and making some pressure on the quarterback.
That they have. And Connor showing some experience from our first game to this game in handling a pressure play like that. Absolutely. To make it a positive yardage as opposed to losing. And Connor Fracassi back to pass. He scrambles out, and he's met it right again about the line of scrimmage. He got just a yard. No, they're not even giving him a yard. There they go. So it's 4th and 4. Back at our own 38-yard line. And with 2:22 to go, the clock ticking. It looks like the Lions might go for it.
Coach Greeno's talking to Connor there. Looks like he's going to send in an offensive play.
And they are. Clock working down to 2 minutes. If they can draw them off sides, it would be a first down. They got trips to the right. Haddock up top side, it looks like. It's even hard to see across the field here tonight, Paul.
Yeah, I think you were right, Brian. I think they're going to try and draw him off sides there.
We're back after that timeout. The Lions are going to go for it here in 4th and 4. Gill goes in motion. Oh, and Connor's caught from behind. Kenny Neer, who's a little 5'8", 190-pound fire plug at nose guard, got through there and tracked him down. So the Corsairs will pick up the ball at the 33-yard line with minute 30 left to go.
Well, Brian, to add to our injury woes, it looks like Will Kelly might be done for the night.
Oh, that's not a good sign. McCullum throws back to pass. We almost get to him. Oh, an almost diving catch there by Camilo Manley.
That was number 40, our friend Brett Bender, getting in there, putting that pressure on the quarterback.
Brendan Dancer, the sophomore, just up for his first game, taking the place of his older brother, was back there in coverage. The Corsairs line up again. And McCullum throws a dart again. Oh! And he couldn't have thrown it any better. Hit the kid right in the hands.
Yeah, Lions dodged a bullet there. That was Tariq Hardy, broke free. A lot of time for the quarterback on that one. We can't give him that much time back there to pick out the throw. Hey, here comes the umbrellas. Looks like we're going to get a little rain.
Well, that's a minute 20 to go here. And it's 3rd and 10. McCullum back again. Oh, and we got a fumble. And that's picked up by number 36. Brent Buckler with the recovery.
Well, we'll have to see what the refs do here, Brian. It looks like they did call a fumble. That was awful close to a touchdown. Looked like he reached it out, tried to get it over the line, and the ball popped out.
Yep, and it looks like we got a penalty on the Corsairs. Personal foul. And the referees are huddling around to make that call.
Yeah.
Personal foul, yep. Somebody took exception to the fumble and took it out on the tackle. Well, what a break.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Ben Buckler there. Grab that ball. Get us out of the shadow of the end zone.
So the decision to go for it on 4th and 4 and the turnover on downs doesn't hurt us. And maybe we'll give a little momentum to the offense here. Fracassi has Goins behind him. He rolls back to pass, dumps it off to Goins, and Goins is out and gets across for the first down. We got a flag out there. It's back in the range of holding.
That'll be too bad, Brian, because that was a well-executed play. Connor did a good job looking off the defense.
Almost looked like a draw screen of letting the lineman in and dumping it off and letting him get behind them. And unfortunately, we had holding. That might be our first offensive penalty,
I think it is.
which is a great improvement over what we did earlier in the year with miscues and that.
Yep.
I just said first and 22. What's in the playbook for that?
So there they come out. Receivers split left and right. Goings in the backfield. Fracassi calls the signals. Throws out to Ronnie Menard, who's hit immediately.
That's a dangerous pass there, Brian. Long sideline pass that close to your end zone.
I was going to say, he was throwing it looked like from the center or even the opposite hash mark across the field like that is a long throw. Fracassi looking downfield again, and he's going to scramble up, and the ball's knocked out of his hands. And we've got a fumble there. Kind of wish we had a replay to see if his arm was going forward on that, but
Yeah, look
the
to
ref
me.
was right there.
Yeah, it looked to me like the defender reached out, kind of knocked it out of his hand.
Well, just when we thought we dodged a bullet, we're 25 seconds left, and the ball's on the 7-yard line in the hands of Waterford Mott. That was that pesky Kenny Neer that grabbed the ball. McCullum fires into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Number 2, Camarillo Manley hauls that one in.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, Brian. We didn't got that break on that fumble down at the goal line and turned it right back over.
Well, and they played it picture perfect, the outside shoulder pass. That the only one who can get it is the offensive receiver. And their extra point is up and good. That makes the score 35-0 with 22 seconds remaining in the first half. And a kickoff for Mott. Again, a quick pooch kick down, and you can't see who's got it there, but he's met by a host of Corsairs, and they're going to have the ball down about the 28-yard line with 12 seconds left.
It was Ryan Gill.
I don't know if he just misses his older brother beating him up, but he just loves to take punishment out there, doesn't he?
He does.
He keeps those legs going and driving.
He's one tough kid. Here comes the rain, Brian. Now it's really starting to come down.
Up. Ian Goings with the carry. And he gets the first down. We have 5 seconds left. Greeno's calling in the play to Fracassi. We'll see what they go with here. And that's a half. So the score, 35 Waterford Mott, Lions 0. We'll be back with the second half. And welcome back, folks. It's the start of the second half here. And I missed the ball carrier that got that, but we got about a 10-yard. Oh, it was Brendan Dancer.
Well, Brian, I can run down a few numbers for you here, thanks to our fabulous statistician, Randy Say. Total yardage, Waterford Mott 312, the Lions 105. Mott with a pretty good balanced attack, 180 through the air, 118 on the ground. Connor did a good job, very accurate passing, 6 for 8 for 45 yards.
Oh, that part's not.
Well, we're back to the action here. Hand off to Ian Goins up the middle. And he just gets about 2 yards there. That's not too bad of a first half, although kind of lopsided with Mott just being an efficient machine out there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think Pregame keeps it himself, and he's met there by number 52, Christian Ortwine.
Boy, Brian, now with the rain, now the field's going to be all that more messy. The ball's a little slippery. It'll really be hard to get the offense going.
On this turf, just a year old now. Hopefully has some decent drainage. Field we used to play on in the Panther days was kind of worn, and we actually saw it floating one day, but it's still challenging even with the newer field. Pregame pass out to Ryan Gill. He's got some open space there, and he breaks across over to the 48 before he's taken down by Ortwine again. Christian Ortwine in the tackle, number 52. And Connor did a good job again of getting rid of that ball, just with pressure on him.
Yep, lots of pressure.
The crowd's thinned out a little bit now after the homecoming festivities have taken place. And, of course, the rain stops, so people leave. First and 10 from the 48 for the Lions. Pregame looking downfield to pass. And Brendan Locke on the reception on that, and also the receiver of the big hit.
Yeah, that was number 24, Jared Wheeler, coming in for Mott there. He timed that play really good. Good job by Brendan to hang on to the ball. Yeah, the stands really have cleared out, Brian. I think the rain's chasing everybody away. Our fantastic cameraman, Matt Boyer, feeling good about his 50-50 chances at this point.
It's 2nd and 9 for the Lions. And it's a handoff to Goins. He gets across the 50 out to about the 46-yard or 47. That'll make it about 3rd and 5.
Nice little push up the middle there by the Lions offensive line. Good to see.
And a night like this, the line is really going to make the difference for you, where you're going to be running predominantly. Pregame keeps it himself. He pitches out to Goins. Goins down the sideline. And he's knocked out of bounds. You can see that wet carpet a little bit as Goins slipped there and may have
He's grabbing his left
pulled a
knee.
muscle in his leg or
Grabbing his left knee.
yeah.
Brian.
He's going to have the trainer look at it. Pregame comes back out with the play from Coach Greeno.
Fourth and less than 1.
You've got Ryan Gill in the behind the quarterback there. And Gill up the middle. He breaks through. And there he goes down to the 10, the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Wow.
That was nice. That was nice, Brian. You got to hand it to Ryan for that great run. But I'll tell you what, Talk about next man up. That was Mitch Camoris that was standing behind the offensive line there. He made a key block on the way to the end zone.
He sure did, and line got a nice hole there for Ryan to get going. And we got on the board here. So with 6:24 in the third quarter, the Lions and Ryan Gill score for the Lions. Fracassi, the holder, looks like Will Kelly may be sitting out the rest of the game here. And Brendan Locke handling the kicking duties. And the kick is up and good. So, the score, the Lions 7, Waterford Mott 35. Yep. And now kicking off for the Lions, Connor Harris. And he kicks it down to about the 20, and it's dropped there. Loose ball. Mott does fall on it. And number 23 for the Lions, Austin Trudell on the tackle, making sure he goes nowhere. Mott has the ball at their own 21-yard line. And number 2 in a reception out in the flat, and he gets out to a first down for Mott. Or Tariq Harvey, I'm sorry.
That was Mitch Camoris over there helping out on that tackle, Brian. Mitch had a good first half. He had 3 solo tackles and 3 assists. Some of the other standouts, Jake Newman, 3 assists in the tackle. Brendan Buckler, 2 assists and 2 tackles.
And just a workhorse plowing up the middle. Colton Baranowski, number 25. He's a load to bring down. He's 6 foot and 190. And a handoff again up the middle. And a host of Lions in there to make the stop. It looked like Brett Bender was the first guy in there. Saying the left tackle for Mott is 305. They got him listed at 315 pounds. And McCollum's pass out to number 8. He goes up and grabs it over 2 Lions, and they get him out of bounds. That was Brendan Locke. Actually, his first time playing defense out here is tonight. So he's pressed into duty and so far holding his own, but he's got a heck of a receiver to go up against in that number 8, Ashton Franklin.
Yeah, he goes 6'4", 190. It's tough to defend no matter who you are.
And handoff to number 10. He's off tackle, breaks a tackle, and he's down to the 10-yard line. He weaved his way down there on a nice run. And the Lions just need to get themselves in better position to make tackles rather than reaching.
Yeah, a lot of reaching high, right? You need to break down and wrap them up. That was Jake Newman and Mitch Camoris in on that tackle.
And players are getting coached up quite a bit here tonight with this game. Seeing this level of athleticism. And a botch snapped, and the Lions have... it looks like they stole the ball.
36.
And that's 36. Ben Buckler took the ball right away from him and actually got a few yards with it. So Now, we got a penalty out there also. I'm not sure what that is. So we'll see what happens on the flag here, if it's a sideline warning or if it's on one of the players out there for taking their helmet off. I think Buckler lost his helmet in the tackle. So we had a personal foul against Mott and a sideline warning on the Lions. Mott doesn't like to lose the ball. That's the second time that we've had a fumble recovery and they've had a personal foul.
Immediate retaliation. So Brennan got that first fumble too, right? Buckler. Yeah, Ben Buckler.
I believe so. And it's a handoff. Ian Goins, and he gets tripped up early. Just makes it back to the line of scrimmage. So the Lions got a little bit of momentum with the fumble recovery, scoring a touchdown on their first possession, and then getting the touchdown or the fumble recovery. This is how you start a comeback.
Yeah, here we go, Brian. Let's get that ball in the end zone and see what happens.
Brendan Locke in motion. He gets a handoff. He goes off to the side, and he's taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Well, that'll make it 3rd and 10 from the 45. So 3rd and 10 for the Lions from the 45. Fracassi, the lone back. He rolls out and they throw a little screen over the middle. And it's dropped there. Intended for Brendan Locke. And he was just in a sea of traffic there that was unable to make the play. So that'll make 4th down and 10. And they're sending out the punting unit. All right, so Brendan Locke back handling the punting duties. And they got that dual lineup back there. It looks like they could take off and run at any time, but he gets a nice kickoff. Nice roll down inside the 20 to the 11. And that's down there by Jake Newman. Good coverage by the Lions. We got a flag on the play. Waiting for the call. It's the Lions. They'll assess it here after they spot the ball. Mott comes out with the ball. Handoff to number 25. That again is Baranowski. And he gets about 7 yards on the carry. Make it 8 yards. It'll make it 2nd and 2. He's just been a tough kid to bring down tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He runs hard. They got a good mix, right, between him and Tariq Hardy.
They don't give you much time to set running that no huddle. They got trips to the right. Penalty. Looks like there might have been motion. I got that one right. So that moves them back 5 yards. It'll make it 2nd and 7.
You watching the same game I'm watching?
McCollum's still in at quarterback. And he keeps it himself. He runs out to the outside, and It's 54. Mitchell Hanna did a great job of staying with them and running them down, not letting them outside that corner. Mitchell Hanna, one of those playing linebacker now. I think he was in as a lineman previous this year and filling in for Jack Schaefer. Colin drops back to pass. He hits number 3 and he drops the ball. Good pressure on the quarterback that time, huh, Paul?
Yeah, there was. Forced to, he underthrew. He had Tariq Hardy open there in the flats. They run that little comeback screen, it looks like.
Yeah.
They did a good job. You made a good point about Mitchell Hanna stepping up into the linebacker position. It's another junior that'll be back next year. So getting some good experience out there.
So Mott comes out again in the no huddle.
Brendan Dancer's back.
They're going to punt. Brendan Dancer is back to receive this. And he's kicked out of bounds. Number 5, the punter, Matt Castillo. And then he'll give the Lions the ball. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 44-yard line.
Good experience out there tonight. Coach has got a lot of confidence in him, putting him back there to return punts. I'm sure he'll tell all his friends tomorrow that Mott was afraid to kick it to him, so they kicked it out of bounds on purpose.
That's a good story to go with. And I couldn't tell if that was Ian Goins is back in, having a little scare the last possession. Looked like he may have hurt that knee, but he's back out there. That's good to see. And the clock's ticking down in the third quarter here with the score, Lions 7, Mott 35. And that's going to be the quarter. We're going to go to the fourth quarter here with that score, Lions 7, Corsairs of Waterford Mott 35. And the Lions will start on the 46-yard line. And it's Gill up the middle. He gets about 3-4 yards. And that'll be 3rd down and 5. Make it 6. They're calling it 7. Lions have trips to the left. Haddock up top. Fracassi steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be taken down there. That was number 28 for the Corsairs. Julio Ledesma making the tackle. And that's going to force the Lions to punt with 4th and 10 from their 45. And Locke, the little rugby-style kick. And the Lions trying to get the returner hauled in there after he gets about a 10-yard return. Ben Buckler and Mitch Camoris in on the tackle. Yard line. Their first possession of the fourth quarter. It looks like the rain has come to almost a complete stop here as the umbrellas start going down. McCollum takes it. Oh, no, that's number one that's in as quarterback. And we don't have a number one on the roster here, so. False start by Waterford Mott. That'll push them back 5 yards. That'll make it 1st and 15. And they run the same play again. Number one around end, and he breaks through. He gets the whole penalty back and about 5 more yards after that.
Nice tackle by Mitchell Hanna.
He seems to be getting a little more comfortable at that linebacker spot, calling his name a lot more, and meaning he's getting in on those tackles. And 36, Ben Buckler gets through and gets number one as he tries to roll out to the left, I'm sorry. So that makes it 2nd and 3, they'll call it, from the 33. Oh, we got face masking on the Lions.
5-yarder.
So it's 2nd down and 3 now. And Mott lines up with trips to the right. Fumble snap. Oh, and number one gets across for a 1st down. He gets out to the 40. So Mott seems to have gone to a wildcat type formation with the number one in the backfield there.
Yeah, definitely no surprises with what they're running here.
And he got hurt on that play, so he limps off. Looks like he may have just had to shake it off. He's got his helmet on, standing by the coach, ready to come back in, but he's going to have to sit out a play. And hand off to number 10. And we don't have a 10 on the roster either, so Mott starting to substitute, going deeper into their roster here.
Yeah, you get this late into the season, you start bringing up some of the underclassmen.
And a night like this, you don't want to get your starters that got you to the point of being first in the league and setting you up for a nice playoff run. You don't want anyone getting hurt unnecessarily. And that was Buckler again on the tackle as they tried to go outside. He did a good job of closing down that corner. We got a flag on the play again. And here's the call. Dead ball fall against the Lions.
I didn't really see what happened there, Brian, but Coach Henson didn't put up too much of a fuss, so somebody must have got out of hand.
And here they go.
It's your 300-pounder.
Wow.
Number 64, Whitley of Waterford. 36, Ben Butler.
I think that was Fridge Perry down there. Aiden Whitley at 5'10" and 275 carrying the ball. Not a lot of speed, but a lot of momentum. And he's still back there. Maybe he has a lead blocker.
Yeah.
And they do exactly that. They follow him, but nobody wanted to get hit by him, so they all got out of the way and went behind him and grabbed the running back.
You had Buckler and Camoris in on that tackle, along with Ryan Gill.
And they threw him for a loss. So with that lineup, you pretty much knew what was going to happen. If the big guy wasn't getting it, they were following the big guy.
That's an easy read. Bobby Collagen on that tackle, too. Good to see him back in the lineup. He was sidelined last game.
Yep. McCollum's still in there. And pitch out to number 10, and he gets around corner almost to the first down mark.
Forced out of bounds there by Brendan Locke.
Not before he got a first down, though.
Celine is beating Pioneer 49-7 in the third quarter. I'm sorry, 49-7. Celine's doing really well this year. One of my friends is sitting at that game right now.
And the big guy gets the ball again, and it takes the whole team to bring him down. Oh, we got a flag in there.
67, Josh Mueller was on the tackle. Personal foul. Against Mott.
And that one goes against Mott this time. You should be roughing just giving a kid that big the ball.
Yeah.
So that'll push him back. It'll be 2nd and 20.
He's deep again. That's an illegal substitution now.
Mott having some trouble with their lineups here. And there goes the big guy around end, and the whole team meets him there. Mitch Camora's on the bottom of that pile.
Yeah,
We didn't see him until 64 got up.
he came up with the ball, too.
Mitch might be 6'2" now. Oh. So that'll be 4th down now and 20 for the Corsairs as they continue to give it to Whitley. Or 75 now that time.
You know, Brian, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the coaches reward some of those kids. Those are kids that are probably on the line all year. They don't get to touch the ball. You're in a situation like you are tonight. Coaches let them have a little fun.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of guys in. So it's good to see. Now they're going to try a field goal here. And Dancer's back to possibly return this, and it's out of the end zone. Would have been kind of exciting to see that. I know Brendan's had a great year on the JV team, playing a lot like his brother. He's one of the leaders down there on kick returns, and he's done a great job. So well-deserving to be up here.
Yeah, congratulations goes out to the JV team. They had a big win last night at Waterford Mott. A standout performance by Cole Price.
Oh, and we got a fumble. Looked like a problem with the exchange to the handoff, and Lions come up with it. Yeah, that JV team, and you got to think about it. They've got 5 kids that are up here, now 6. So it just shows you the depth that they have, and I know coaches are looking forward to what they can do in the future here. And this team has a lot of football left in them.
Absolutely.
With 3:39 left. Percassi passes out to Brendan Locke, and he's up for a first down. Nice hard running there.
You'd like to see that, Brian. You're running hard to the end of the game. Saw some good sportsmanship on the other side there. A couple of the Waterford Mott players helped Brendan up on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's always good to see.
First and 10, South Lyon.
Lions go 3 to wide to the left. Percassi back to pass. He looks out to the side, and it's Goins. Goins has some speed, and he gets up to about the 50-yard line there. Nice 20-yard gain by the Lions. That was set up nicely with the 3 receivers to the left, and they all did a great job downfield blocking. Well, 3:02 left in the game. Percassi just kind of off balance there. Couldn't get the ball out to Gill, who was intended for.
Intended for number 4, Ryan Gill.
Brand.
Goins lined up next to Percassi. Percassi passes out to Gill. Gill gets across the 50 up to the 45 and a crossover down to about the 43, and there's a flag on the play. The way the ref threw that sometimes signals personal foul, because it was after the whistle blew.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Corsairs.
Unsportsmanlike conduct again on the Corsairs. I don't know if they just have too much energy over there, excited over the lead or what, but those are uncalled for. Especially in a game like this with the score the way it is with just under 3 minutes to go. The word we're getting on Will Kelly is that he has a concussion. So following that protocol, we hope he gets over that. And it looks like Percassi was trying to get to Ian Goins, but there may have been a mix-up on the read there as Goins went one way and the ball went the other.
I'm glad you recognized that.
Well, 2:22 left in the game now. Pregame back to pass. Looks downfield, and he has Goins. And Goins gets the ball and takes it down to about the 10-yard line. And that'll be a first down. We have another penalty now. There's flags flying all over the place. Side judge, a back judge. Both throwing flags. Coach Henson doesn't look too happy as he's pointing and shaking his head.
He came off
Who's
without a
off face mask against the Crusaders?
Oh, it was against the coach?
That's the first play against the Lions.
So we have offsetting penalties, it looks like, as there's face mask on Mott and then unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lions. Coach Henson's trying to explain what happened on that play or what was going on. Well, they finally got it sorted out, and the ball spotted. First down from the 21. Goins has it, and he eludes a few guys there, and he gets it right back to the 10-yard line. Nice run by Ian Goins. You know, and on a dry turf, he might have gotten a little more on there. So it's first and goal from the 10-yard line. And here we go. Pregame, the lone back. Up. Fumble, and it's recovered by number 50. And we don't have a 50. Well, the Lions getting a little anxious and a little wet ball and a little bad, little everything there.
Yeah, a little messy. I mean, I was watching Coach Henson on that last discussion with the ref. I come from an Italian heritage, Brian, so I got a lot of family. They talk with their hands. I think there's a little Italian in Coach Henson.
Could be. Coach Henson's still working the back judge down there, trying to get his play off the way here, and Pregame takes a snap. He rolls out, and he's got Ryan Gill right at the goal line, and just missed pulling that in. That was a great pass by Pregame, and would have been a nice over-the-shoulder catch by Ryan Gill. So third down from the 20. It's third and goal. And the long pass out there. I couldn't see. Was that?
That was Brendan Locke out there, yeah. Yeah, it looked like he had it for a second. He juggled it and almost intercepted, but it hit the ground. Referee was right there.
Well, good job getting open, and that's a long pass from that hash mark to the corner. Well, it's fourth and goal from the 20, thanks to all the penalties. Pregame again. Oh, nice grab by Goins. He zigs and zags and does his best to try to stay up, but he gets it down to the 5, and he'll be down there. Now, unless this is a defensive penalty, it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Number 85, Luke Richards for Waterford, down on that play.
Personal foul against the Corsairs.
Well, after the penalty is 4th and goal. Fracassi keeps it. He pitches out to Goins, and Goins gets met by 2 players there. Down to the 2-yard line. That'll be a turnover on downs. Paul, this has been an interesting game tonight. The first half, all Corsairs. The second half, just kind of the Lions got in on their first possession, and then it's just been a back and forth, really kind of ugly game of penalties and fumbles and turnovers, and but that happens in the rain.
Yeah, nasty night. I think the boys are a little worn out. Like you said earlier, a lot of kids playing new positions.
And that's going to, as the Corsairs take a knee, and they won't snap the ball again, the game is going to end with the Lions 7 and the Corsairs from Waterford Mott 35. And we'll be back with our post-game wrap-up in just a moment.
Well, thank you very much for joining us for this post-game show. Your final score here tonight at the Jungle, Waterford Mott Corsairs 35, the South Lyon Lions 7. And, I mean, that's a very talented football team. I mean, that's all you can say about that, Brian.
It sure is. I mean, they had so many weapons out of the backfield. The receivers, the quarterback himself was just a stud that had a quick release. Man, yeah. You know, he was and Shifty, a good runner himself there. You know, we had really kind of a tale of 2 games here. The first half was all Waterford Mott, and the second half was, I think, a mix of the weather and just made for kind of a sloppy game of turnovers. And we won the second half, 7-0. So we got a little consolation to take into next week's game against
tough team,
Walled Lake Western coming in here. So
well, we've had a couple tough trips out to Western and Dick Watson Field before. Paul, what were your thoughts on tonight's game? I mean, we knew it was going to be an uphill battle. We had talked about in the pregame show that, you know, we've seen Mott come in here before, kind of as the favorite, but, you know, not always a disciplined team. Tonight, I don't think that mattered at all.
No, they actually played fairly disciplined tonight, especially on the offensive side of the ball. You could tell they came in with a game plan. Yeah. They were getting rid of the ball quick. I think they knew that we were shorthanded in a few positions. They were trying to take advantage of that. But, you know, hand it to our Lions, right? They hung in there, and a lot of players got a lot of good experience tonight, right? Learned a couple of things. And while the score wasn't definitely the homecoming you wanted to come home to, but the Lions stuck in there and in a messy night, in the end, had a good game.
Yep. Well, I learned something, too, tonight. You know, you guys see that there was a defensive chop block tonight?
Yes, we were a little surprised by that.
I didn't even announce it because I was like, that has to be wrong. So we're still going to do some research on that and see if that can actually happen. But let's go ahead and get to our tough guy tonight. You know, there were a couple options out there.
There were. You know, we had some people in new positions out there that took a little bit to get going. You know, you expect that, especially against a team like this. But tough guy tonight was Mitch Kamaris. He did a great job in on a lot of tackles.
Yeah, he was.
You know, and even on the offensive side when Will Kelly was out and Goins had to step out, he stepped in as a lead block, and he made the block on Gill's touchdown.
Yeah.
So he did a good job out there tonight, and congratulate him on tough guy.
Yeah. Congrats, Mitch, and I hope your mom's happy too, because I at least started to say your last name right. Mitch Kamoris. So that's our tough guy, and we'll move on to our player of the game now, Paul. And we had a couple options for this too.
Yeah, we did. There was a lot of players that had some good games tonight. Like Brian said, some kids stepped up into some new positions. Mitch Hanna went back to linebacker. I thought he had a great game. You had young Dancer come up. I thought he had a good game. They moved Jake Newman to safety. Yeah. He was in on a lot of tackles. But we're going to go with the player of the game tonight is going to be Ben Buckler.
Yeah, Ben was all over the place.
He was all over the place, giving 100%. He had 2 fumble recoveries, at least 1 sack, and he was in on I don't know how many tackles. Yeah. But we're going to go with Ben tonight.
Yeah, great game for Ben, and nose for the football tonight with a couple of fumble recoveries. The one was real nice, just took it away from him.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll look forward to heading to next week. We're on the road. I said at Dick Watson's Field, the South Lyon Lions. Man, it brings back memories. I know, nostalgia back in the day. We've had a couple tough losses out there. Boyer and I were part of one of them, and so it's going to be a tough game out there. Never seems to be good weather out there.
No, I know Paul's experienced it with his son.
Right.
My son in a playoff game, a 15-14 loss in blizzard, but hopefully there's good weather and we play up to our potential, which I think we can play with them.
I do too. And the good news is about that, even if the weather's bad, I mean, unfortunately for everyone outside, they do have a visitors press box over there at Wild Lake Western High School. So, but I didn't know if you had any comments. I know you definitely have been through some tough ones over there as well.
Yeah, I mean, South Lyon and Wild Lake Western, right? I mean, we're in this new league with them, but we got a history with them already. So, so I'm looking forward to that game, and we'll see what the coaches can do. Switching players around and making some new assignments and expanding that playbook a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, we hope to see you out there. If we don't, make sure to check out lvcsports.com or check out the archive on our YouTube page. For Brian McPhee, Paul Zarate, great job tonight, guys. I'm Dan Pelchat. Matt Boyer on camera. Remember, folks, it's a great day to be living in America. We'll see you next time.